Good evening, sports fans. My name is Magnitude, here with, well, the Hell in a Cell match in the Magnation Green Arena. We have been doing these Magnation Green Singles matches for some time. We're going to continue to do that until, we get a real roster on here and we get a full show. But we'll be doing the shows on 16 with some 17 sprinkled in and some of these matches here on 17. You guys could please leave a like. I would shoot for 30 of those likes on these videos. And it is Optimus Prime going up against new Solar Flare champion in Space Ghost here in a Hell in a Cell match, just to help showcase what this game's got going on. Now, I am a huge fan of the match pacing in this game. A lot of the moves are more fluid. A lot of the cool things in this game that I like especially are, like, when somebody's climbing a turnbuckle, you can actually knock them off mid-climbing animation, whereas in the other games, you kind of just punched the air in front of the turnbuckle while they were climbing, and that wasn't something you could really do. So I'm a huge fan of the fact that all the animations now are, interruptible, which was never the case before. I'm a huge fan of that and what it is. So we have Optimus Prime going up against a new Solar Flare champion, Space Ghost, who won that title in a best of 7 by winning 4 out of 6. And there is the new 17 title, man. There he is. Space Ghost, Space Ghost, Space Ghost, Space Ghost. That is what he's chanting. It's definitely not Lucha. It's just he's chanting Space Ghost. Now, if you were a big fan, we've had Space Ghost on this channel for a while, so if you've been a fan of him, you are definitely excited to see him with gold once again, and for at least another week, because who knows what's going to happen at Galactic throughout in our next pay-per-view. Please do not try this at home. Take advice from the sun. Space Ghost, Space Ghost, Space Ghost, Space. That's Hell in a Cell, though. Drop that cage. Now, I'm hoping to see, this is my first Hell in a Cell run through these games, I'm hoping to see them go outside of the cage. I'm hoping to see them maybe go on top of the cage. I'm just hoping to see some good stuff here. Who knows? But there's Space Ghost checking those ropes. There's the crowd through that steel, and the bell is rung, and we are underway. Optimus Prime with an early advantage, throwing Space Ghost into the corner. Turn him around, and I'm going to throw him into the opposite corner. Hopefully Space Ghost has got those frequent flyer miles. It's like a Northern Lights suplex there. No pin. It's, the first suplex of the match. I don't think he wants to waste his energy going for a pin now. He's just kind of letting Space Ghost get up on his own, but kicking him right in the back. And now kicking him over, rolling him over, stomping on Space Ghost. So far, early advantage. Optimus Prime. Space Ghost, though, catching that foot. A little dragon screw down to the canvas. Lifting, jumping. Well, we had a little animation glitch there. That's what an elbow to the spine of Optimus Prime. Who even knows what kind of spine he has? I don't know the biology of these Transformers. I don't know. They're robots and nope. Second rope. Space Ghost signaling to the crowd. Optimus Prime getting to his feet. Space Ghost. That was an acrobatic splash there. Now he's kicking the back of Optimus Prime. Space Ghost now doing to OP what was done to him. Man, that could have sounded much cleaner if I had said that correctly the first time. Counter back body drop Optimus Prime now leaving the ring. Going underneath the apron, but Space Ghost in hot pursuit, and he's got looks like a steel club or a pipe of some kind or a baseball bat. I can't really tell. Okay, that's a baseball bat, no steel club, but Space Ghost just taking that. Then going right back after Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime, though, has got the advantage right now. Like a neck breaker there by Optimus Prime. An elbow drop across the chest of Space Ghost. Jawbreaker by Space Ghost. And now, Yoshi Tonic. That's an acrobatic move. We've seen that from Space Ghost over the years. That is nothing new from him. That is just consistent. Space Ghost now backing up into the corner ad infinitum. Letting Optimus Prime get up, though, counters with a punch. Space Ghost right there, Irish whipping into the ropes, and look at the power. Who knew counter DDT of Optimus Prime. It's like, who knew Space Ghost had that kind of strength? He's been more in the cruiserweight division his whole life, or the atom weights, as we call him here, but double underhook suplex. Lifting. Nope, rolling him over, going for the cover. 1, 2, near fall. Space Ghost with an uppercut now as he gets to his feet. Space Ghost Irish whipping. What a kick! Just a leg lariat by Space Ghost, who now goes underneath the ring on his own. And he's got himself a steel chair missing. And oh! Optimus Prime missing with the leg kick. Springboard moonsault. He just walked right into that steel chair. Space Ghost now lifting Optimus Prime in a shoulder block counter of Optimus Prime. Again, just took the full brunt of that steel chair, lifting Space Ghost, and he's got him in suplex situations. There's that standing suplex there, the snap suplex kind of by Optimus Prime, who's now elbowed by Space Ghost, and it's like a jump. That was an acrobatic move again, using Optimus Prime's own momentum against him. The Blue Thunder Bomb into the cover. 1, 2, near fall. Cannot get it with the Blue Thunder Bomb. The crowd, though, absolutely loving this, on their feet right now. Into the corner for Optimus Prime, stalking his Space Ghost. Optimus Prime countering with a Dragon Screw of his own, as he just catches the leg of Space Ghost, stomping on his arm there. Optimus Prime now leaving the ring. Is he gonna fly? He misses, rolling out of the way is Space Ghost. Timed that one perfectly. Lifting Optimus Prime to his feet, into the corner, to the ground. Space Ghost. Oh, what is he doing? Space Ghost. Space Ghost. Is he going? Is he going? Gearing up the private jet. Coast to coast. He connects. He connects, and Optimus Prime on the ground. The cover. Is that going to be it? 1, 2. Near fall again. Space Ghost now cannot put Optimus Prime away. Lifting Prime to his feet. But Prime elbow or uppercutting. It looked like it was an elbow, but Space Ghost back on the offensive. Optimus Prime, though. They're trading blows. Another drop kick there by Space Ghost. Space Ghost maneuvering. He's going outside the ropes again. Another one of those springboards. Optimus Prime. Oh, a kick to the lower back. Space Ghost. Second rope. Crowd on their feet. He's getting the crowd into it. Space Ghost, what is he setting up for? Space Ghost. Oh, what a suplex. Looks like it landed dropping right in his neck there. Elbow. The cover now after the elbow. 1, 2. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Looks like he dropped him on his neck and then elbowed him, and that looks like the combination they're trying to take the wind out of him, and he might have done that. Of all the moves to finish somebody, the suplex to the elbow. Who knew he had elbow so powerful? Maybe we should look into that, put that in the scouting report. But that has been Space Ghost vs. Optimus Prime. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter and all that great stuff. Check out the website below. And of course, subscribe if you enjoyed. This has been Space Ghost vs. Optimus Prime. Non-canon, but it's still in the universe of green. And be sure to leave comments and stuff, people you want to see below. And that'll be it for this episode. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.